What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wow.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Have you seen my bestie over there? She's so cute. She's so gorgeous. This is my best friend, Mercy. For y'all who don't know, she's like, oh my god, I can't even start describing our friendship and how beautiful it has been. Tell me, what do you think of our friendship?
I think it points us to Christ. That's the most beautiful thing about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what happens with me and Mercy. Like literally every time we are down or one of us is down, we'll call the other person. Like if I'm down, say I'm down, or something is happening in my life, I'll call her, and guess what? We'll start decreeing and declaring and speaking into each other's life. And for me, that's what friendship is all about.
That's true.
Right? And I pray that every person gets that one person who you know you can call, and they won't start telling you go drinking, or they won't point you anywhere else. They'll point you to God and to truth.
Yeah.
So Mercy has loved me through the worst part of my life. She's really shown me who I am and reminded me who I am when I forgot who I was. And that's
And
friendship.
you've done that for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot actually.
It's actually quite symbiotic.
Yeah.
It's an amazing relationship.
Yeah.
And I feel, actually, when we were talking sometime, like I think 2 years ago or a year ago, you told me you also prayed about friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Like you wanted a friend
Oh yeah.
who will point you to Christ. And to tell you the truth, none of us is perfect. Yeah. Mercy, I feel like you're not even talking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's camera shy.
Actually, let me tell you something. I'm so introverted, but people think like I'm not. So I'm not used to this thing, like camera and everything. So this is like my first time to actually talk to people. It's quite tough for me, but yeah.
And I'm quite the opposite
And she's
of
literally
who.
opposite of who I am.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm all nodding and everything. But yeah, for me, I feel like friendship, it's beautiful when it's not only based on what we do for one another, but it's also anchored on Christ. It's like marriage. Because if it's not anchored on Christ, we can be petty, because every single person is petty actually in anything else, and we can have like issues and feel like you don't want to sort them out. But there's a friendship that goes beyond that, and you know, friendship is not like I'm looking after you, I'm calling you every single day. That is not a definition of friendship. It can be like you can have that one friend, you just have to call them even after 1 month, or you're so far away, and then you call them, and when you talk to them, your soul burns, and then they remind you there's a Jesus up there. And that's I feel like that's what friendship is about. It's about, of course, also enjoying life, celebrating one another.
Like what we are doing now.
Yes. So basically, it's about building one another. And also, I learned something else when it comes to love. We have a friend of ours, Samantha. She's mutual between us, and she said one thing in the group, like love. It's not it's not what you get from someone else. It's actually what you give.
Ooh.
So it's beautiful when you're into someone's life. You learn the aspect of giving. Don't expect so much. The thing that God has created for you is to love them. Don't judge. But it's very critical when you have someone in your life that is judging you, and you just tell them something, and they're like, hey, you did that, you know. Because I feel like the spirit of a father, it edifies you, and that's what friendship should be about. It should be about edifying one another. It's about loving one another. And even because sometimes we can fail, that's it. We are human, we fail, but I feel like we shouldn't fail to a point where we cannot pick one another up, and that's also an aspect of forgiveness. Yeah, because pettiness, you just have to let it go.
So guys, now you see why she's like the most important person to me. Like, of course, I have other friends in my life, but there's one person I know, like I can call, and I know for sure she will not only have the answer, but she will point me to Christ.
That's awesome.
You know, and that's what we kind of want to emphasize today. it's about Christ.
Yeah.
Guys, it's about God.
Yeah, and also I feel like you should have someone like when you're making a decision, you know, you can, of course, the first thing you can hear the voice of God, but there's nothing wrong with just talking to someone, because at the moment, you know, the thing is, when you're intertwined in the soul and you love one another, like the Spirit of God can speak to her about me,
Yeah.
or just give a word in a, yes, he had given me the same word in the same day, so it's like rhema word,
Yeah.
and it's like affirming one thing.
How
to
many
another.
times has that happened to
So
us?
many times, by the way. So
Like,
many times.
I'm calling her, or she calls me, and she's going through something at that time. It looks so difficult at that time,
Yeah,
but the moment we start talking, she's like, oh my God.
I know.
And it reminds her she's already had something similar, or I point her to the word, or she points me to the word, and it's something that she's already had in her spirit, and now it's just like confirmation of sorts.
Yeah.
And then now it now becomes even rema.
Yeah, that's so
You know?
true, by the way.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the most beautiful thing about friendship, because you need it. Whether you're gonna be single, even when you get married, you need that one. Not even one person. God gives you two. God gives you three, whichever the number it is.
Yeah.
But there's that place where you feel like your soul is. There's intertwined with that person, and I feel like when they speak, they bring life, and I feel like that is the life of Jesus, because when he spoke, he brought life, and that is the edification. That's why we are saying edifying one another. Yeah.
Like, I know sometimes it can be really difficult, because like we said, we are totally different people.
Oh, yeah.
Her and I, and the best part is I can bring my weakness to the table and she won't look at it as weakness, or she can bring her own and I will understand. Literally, I've never seen, I feel like this is the same exact thing that happened to David and his best friend Jonathan. You know, it was deeper than just friendship and seeing a brother. It was deeper. It was anchored on Christ. It was anchored on God, and that's what I feel makes this very special. It's about God,
Yeah. That's
most
true.
importantly,
Yeah.
because I don't think between our differences we could have not done this.
Yeah.
By now we could have fought and
Oh my God.
you know, and finished each other, but so far we've never even had that serious a fight.
Yeah. And
You
our
know?
personality is beautifully strong. Mine is a bit silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of boring.
No. That's the thing though, like you bring balance to me, sort of, right? Because I'm loud and I'm out there and I'm outgoing and I love people and I like talking, and I will be in a party and I want her to come with me. And she's like, okay, Junet, I can't. And I'm like, dude, how can you not? I'll be there. She's like, I can't, but I don't know anyone else. Like, it's only you. But that's the thing though, I get it. You know, she doesn't even have to say nothing. I'm good. I get it. Like, I don't have to force my way. And that's something that I feel even marriages lack these days. It's that understanding that someone doesn't have to be you.
Oh yeah.
You
that's
know,
true. I get
you
it.
can be independently you, and I can be independently me. And love is about accepting the person as they are. Like, they don't have to change who they are for you.
Yeah.
We don't have to be the same to love one another, guys.
That's true, by the way.
That's deep right there.
That is so deep.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long